Hi guys, Angie Bell with My Fairy Treasures. Okay, I'm back. I'm back with to do a quick page, well, a kind of a double page spread in my one of my art journals. I wanted to play around with my girl again. If you're watching the last series, you'll see that we colored her up. And then I took her and I put her into this mixed media collage mixed media background. Okay? So I will attach at the end if you want to go through this series. It's a series for this one, and you can see how we did the background and this girl and the whole thing. It'll be at the end of this video. But anyway, I took that girl and I copied her on my printer in the 5x7 size, and that's how I got her here. Okay. Coming a little bit closer so you can see. And at the top I put magical mermaid, and then I did a really cool background, and then I used her as my focal point. Okay, and we did a bunch of really fun stuff on the back of here. To get the background, we used the main thing we used is a what do you call it? A ghosting technique. But before we start the ghosting technique, we're gonna like we always do, we're gonna put down a bunch of underpants, as Lori Maureen Jenkins says. We're gonna put some underpants down. So let's get started. Okay. You always feel like you have to say like a million things. So anyway, we're gonna take this page and do the same page over here. I wanted to do it in advance so you can see what we're going for. Also, I don't mind doing it twice. It gives you a second chance to change it up a little bit, and of course we're gonna change it up a little bit. So you will have two pages that complement each other but are not exactly the same. Also, this is a Dollar Tree wall decal. This little butterfly right here. Isn't that cool? So, all right. And then this right here is some gold leaf. All right, so we don't get this messed up. Let's put a little piece of wax paper stuff over here. Underneath here, I have my underpants. So we'll put that on this side. And let's start. Now, I'm working in my, which book is this? This is a, what is her name? Delusions. It's my Delusions art journal. You can also work in an altered book. I do that also, but today we're working in this one. Okay, how do I decide? I don't know. Also, here is my, when you do a 5x7, when you copy off, if you shrink something down to 5x7, you make two copies. You don't have to really shrink it. You just say, I want 5x7, and it prints it out 5x7. It gives you two on a sheet. So we'll cut this one out to put that one here. So that's there. So that's that. All right, so let me get myself in frame, get my Mod Podge out. I use a homemade matte Mod Podge. Let me come out. And I'll tell you how to make it as we get started, okay? There we go. Oh, and the reason that there's paint on here is because it was what the paint was left over here. I just wiped it on here to try not to waste any paint. And we're going to end up covering over this anyway. I was looking for one of my small, and I haven't been able to find it. I had two small art journals, and they were Jane Davenport ones, about this big. And I always kept them right by me so I could throw all of my extra paint. So I have like, so what you can do is you can take another art journal and just wipe your extra paint, and that starts a whole nother page for you. But I can't find it. I haven't been able to find it for a while. And I have two of them. Okay, I'm not going to stress about it right now. Let's go. Okay, let's put this down first. This is a piece of Tim Holtz scrapbook paper. And that's another thing, you guys. Use your scrapbook paper. We're going to put a big old piece down. Yes, ma'am. Oh, and a lot of times what I do is I will paste this down and then put my Mod Podge right over it. But today we're not going to do it like that because I do not have the time for it to dry. So I don't want to paste on top of it. I want to start right on the next thing. So we're going to use a magazine, and we will paste on this magazine. Actually, I need a large magazine. There we go. I like to use just magazines I get for free as glue surfaces, because then you can just turn the page and you got a fresh surface for a glue page. And then you don't get your mat sticky, you don't get everything all sticky. When I first heard about this, the person was using an old phone book, but you know what? They don't have phone books anymore. At least we don't have them here in Las Vegas. They don't give out the phone book anymore. So, I think the phone book is gone. I think the phone book is a goner. That could be wrong. Someone will say, we still get the phone book. I'll be like, oh, okay. Okay. Let me get some baby wipes here to make sure I keep my hands free of glue. Also, I have my iPad up. Let me put that down. CHA is coming up soon, so Tim Holt is showing all of his new stuff, so I was watching that. So I love watching CHA. Why? It's for like 3 days. I think it starts this week. I think it starts tomorrow or Friday. And I think it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It might start tomorrow with them setting up. Anyway, people always go there and they tape it, so it's really, really cool. And then you get to see all the new products. I love watching Tim Holtz. I love watching Jane Davenport, and I love watching Diane Reevely with Dilution, so I can see all the new stuff coming out. Okay. Flip the page. Let me make sure I'm in frame. Make sure you guys are still there. Yes, we are. Okay. So how I make my matte Mod Podge, and it's kind of also like a matte medium. It can take the place of your matte medium, because matte medium is expensive. But anyway, I get Elmer's glue. Doesn't matter. Any school glue will work, any brand. And I put in, let's say you make it a cup at a time. A cup of school glue. Mix it in a nice big tub. And then put in about 10 squirts of a thing called clear acrylic matte coating. It's just a clear matte spray paint. That's it. Doesn't matter what brand. This is Treehouse Studio by Treehouse Studio, and it's at Hobby Lobby for $5.99. I used a coupon. But you can use any matte clear acrylic spray paint. A little bit of water to loosen it up, because the school glue can be kind of thick. And then you got yourself a matte medium. And what makes it matte, more on the matte side, and so it can be a paintable or a writable or erasable surface, is that acrylic paint. So instead of leaving it glossy, it gives it a nice matte finish. So anyway, thought I'd share that with you guys. That was not my idea, and oh, I can't remember who told me about that. If you're watching my channel, girl, and you're the one who gave me the idea, say, Angela, it was me. But I can say I did not come up with that. One of my subbies did, and I was like, thank you. And then what was really cool is last year when Hobby Lobby had their clearance, you know, the last 2 years they've been having those really fabulous clearances throughout the whole store, but especially in the craft section. And in the craft section, I found 3 things. They were gallon sizes of the Elmer's white school glue for like $6. And you guys know that stuff is like $15 to $20 a gallon. I was so excited. They had like 3 there. I bought all 3. Did not go in for that at the time, of course. And I was like, I'm going to buy all 3 of those. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, well. And I sure did. So I have school glue for the next 20 years. Because I used to kind of get stressed about that matte medium, because I do a lot of mixed media. Matte medium costs like, it's ridiculous. Even with the coupon, it's just ridiculous. It's a small bottle. It's like an 8-ounce bottle. You know, it doesn't last that long if you're doing a lot of mixed media. And so anyway, I just like, to make my own. It's dirt cheap. And I'm not running to the store spending $8 on matte medium all the time. Gotta love that. Now, do I care about covering up anything here that has paint on it? No. That'll just add to the whole design of things. And then what else do we want to do? What else do I have here? Oh, I have this dictionary page, which we'll put right there. But unlike matte medium, using this type of glue, if I was to like, you know, go ahead and top everything with this glue, it takes a little bit too dry. You know, it'll take a good, well, in the winter, it'll take a good hour, maybe a little longer. In the summer, I could just take it outside here in Las Vegas. It's always like 105, 104, 110, about 15 minutes. We're good to go. But for the sake of time for my video, yeah, we're not going to do that. I think I have some music notes sitting here. I sure do. Let's put some music notes in here. All right. And this page is going to be, this spread's going to be fairly quick. It's not going to be 20 million parts. It may be 2 or 3. Maybe just 2. But it's a fun way to do a really fun spread in your journal. And some really fun techniques. So, okay. Oh! And I've already drawn up my girl, and I've already colored her up, so I already have my focal point, so we don't have to go through that. Not go through that, but we won't be, you know, having to color up the girl because she's already done. And that's another thing. If you either used a as a focal point, like I used this girl, I drew her up and then I colored her up. Let's suppose also I had a stencil or I had a stamp and I stamped her out and then I colored her up. Keep your girls like this or whatever your focal points are and just reuse those in different ways in different projects. So use your drawings, your focal points more than once, you know. Okay. Let me just go ahead and put that underneath there. Okay. Oh, there we go. So now what we want to do, let me put this glue away. Let me see the time situation. Okay, we're good. Make sure I have plenty of light. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to take some acrylic paints. And what I like, how I decide, a lot of times what I do is I look at my focal point that I'm going to use, and I use some of the same colors that are in my focal point, or at least ones that will, you know, go good with this. So I picked out my colors. I'm just using Craft Smart cheap acrylic paint, and this is fuchsia. Craft Smart you get at, do you get these at Walmart? I'm trying to think if you get Craft Smart at Walmart or not, or if you get, no, Craft Smart you get at Michael's. Okay, and this Craft Smart color is magenta. I'm just telling you the colors I'm using. It depends on the focal point. It depends on your colors that you want to use and what you're doing. The main thing is when you watch people do mixed media, it's not about doing the same exact thing as they're doing. You can do that, of course. But the main thing is different techniques. Being like, oh, I like that technique, you know. So. Oh, I want to share something with you guys. I just thought about this today. Okay, you know how they have popsicle sticks, and it'll have on there like I have this jar, and it'll have like you just pick a popsicle stick out, and it says stencil, so you stencil, and then it says here it says perfect pearls, so you do going out your perfect pearls and do that. Okay, it's not that. It's not doing this to make a page, to create a page, but you can do that with these if you want to. But when you're watching videos and you're learning new techniques, I always think, oh my God, I want to remember that technique. What a great way every time you learn a new technique or you see something you like, write it on a popsicle stick and keep these sticks right here at your desk besides, you know, where you do your arting at. And think, okay, when you want to look at your sticks for that page and think, what do I want to do? I want to make sure I do some embossing. I want to make sure I do some script stamps. I want to make sure that I do some gold leafing. And what else? Some mark making. We're not going to do a script stamp on this. And I want to do some intuitive writing. And I'm going to do some ghosting. Okay. So, I know that these are some techniques that I want to use in this thing. So it reminds you of the techniques that you want to use. Okay, so you can use them as to make a page, to be like, okay, I'm just going to choose from here and whatever it says, I'm going to do it and create a page. Or you can use these as reminders of different techniques that you want to include in your page. And every time you have a new technique, have like a little baggie, like I do here, of popsicle sticks, which you can get at Dollar Tree. So you can write down the new technique or new idea that you learned from somebody. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you. I thought that was a cool idea. It's just a nice way for it to be right there beside you. You don't have it in a book or anything that you have to go find the book that you wrote it in or the note you wrote it in. It's just like right there. I was thinking about making another set of sticks for just products. So it reminds you, go through all your products basically in your room. Like you have Tim Holtz Distress inks, you have Tim Holtz Distress sprays, you have Diane Reevely's acrylic paints. Just start writing down all the stuff you have and eventually try to write down everything and then have sticks so you can look through and go, okay, I want to use that product this time. I want to use this product. Because sometimes you forget about all your different products that you have and you keep working with the same ones over and over and over. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to start just on my desk alone, look at all the different stuff I have and have another one of these jars with just products. So I can pick out things from products that I want to use and then some ideas. Okay. So now we have all of this down, our underpants down. So let's now, what we're going to do, let me see if I have another brush. I can't use any of these brushes. All right. So now we're going to start the ghosting. But before we start the ghosting, we're going to just lay down paint. Lay down color. Does not matter any old way. There we go. Let's take this purple color, lay this in. Okay, and I'm not even changing brushes. Let it blend up into other colors. Okay, I'm going to use this green right here. Okay, and then let's go back to this magenta color. Let's throw in some more teal because that's a little bit too much green for me, even though I love that green color. Okay. And what else we want to do? I haven't used any of this pink. Okay. I'm actually going to add a little bit more of this in here. Okay. Doesn't matter. Okay. So let me rinse out my brush and we are going to quickly, let me look at my time situation. Okay. I'm going to quickly dry this. So I'm going to pause you guys and then I'll be back once I dry it. Okay, guys, we are all dry and we are back. Okay. So what we're going to do is, this is where the ghosting comes in. So we dried this. So once you've done your acrylic paint over your underpants, make sure that it's nice and dry. So quickly use your blow dryer to dry it. Okay, so this is called ghosting. I've done ghosting a lot of times with sprays, but I have never done ghosting with acrylic paint. I learned from a girl named Name. I'll put her link below. She's awesome. I love watching her. She does a lot of really cool, just a lot of cool stuff. I really like her. Okay, so take that. So she does ghosting with acrylic paint. And I'm like, ghosting with acrylic paint? I've only done ghosting with the sprays that I learned from Diane Reevely. I'm like, okay, this will be interesting. Look how cool that is. Isn't that fabulous? Yes, ma'am. When I seen that, I was like, oh, heck yeah. Look at the coolness. Just look at the coolness. And this is with the cheapy acrylic paints. That's all we've done so far, you guys. Well, that's it. Let me see what else I want to do. Let's put, let's put some teal right here. So it looks like, when I put this on here, it looks like, oh my God, you're covering everything up and you're just being a mess. No, I'm not. Oh, and use a baby wipe. Just to wipe through the stencil. Okay. Look how cool that is. Love it. I am loving it. And then, you know what, let's do some teal right here. This will look really cool because it'll really show. Okay. And this right here is called a Punchinella. I had never heard of this until, I can't think of her name. It might come to me. She's a mixed media artist too, and she got this Punchinella. It's called Punchinella, and you get it on eBay. Isn't that cool? Oh, let's do some more Punchinella. And you get it on eBay, and it's what's left over after you make sequins. I didn't even know they had such a thing. I was like, what? They have that? I was shocked. Had no idea. Put that down. So you're adding color like this and taking it away, and whatever stays, stays. It's so cool. Obsessed. Did I use this yet? No, I haven't. Okay, so let's throw some, let's do the purple over here again. I like this. And then we'll use, this is a piece of like cheetah print looking one. And someone's probably going to ask me, can you use a wet paper towel? Probably. Oh, cool. Love it. Also, if you feel like you want to just take the edges and blend them out, if it's just too, like right there, I just wanted to blend those edges out a little bit so it wasn't such a strike difference. Trying to see what I want to do here. Yeah, I want to do some more of that fuchsia color here. So let's do, or this pinky color. Let's do some more of that here. Let's go up into that and over to here a little bit. Okay. And we'll use, let's use this again. Cool. And then just a little bit right here. Just a second, I just dipped my stencil into some paint. Okay. Ooh, I love it. And I'm going to come in and do a close-up so you guys can see it a little bit closer in just a second. What else do we want to do? Am I loving it just like this? I think I am. Yeah, I don't think we should do any more. Okay, so let me come in a little bit closer so you guys can see. So see what it's done? See how that's what the ghosting has done. It just put some cool design and texture in there. Let you see that and come in a little closer. Isn't that so cool? Let's do this. Come in so you can see it a little bit more. It should, well, maybe it's not. I was going to say it should focus. Okay, that's as close as it wants to get. But anyway, look at the design here. Isn't that cool? And then look at that, and look at the top. So it just throws in some really, really cool design by doing that ghosting. Just trying to see if you guys can see that. Yeah, so I am loving doing that ghosting. Okay, so what we're going to do, let me come back out a little bit here. What we're going to do now is we need to let this dry. Because the next thing I'm going to do, I'm trying to move my book so you guys can see. Just a second. Constant rearrangement. Okay. The next thing we need to let this dry. We need to let this dry completely now because now we have the underpants, the collage bits on here. We have paint, and that hasn't fully dried, but it dried enough. And then we have more paint that we did the ghosting on top of this. So we need to let this dry. So we're going to let this dry. When we come back, we are going to do some cool stuff. We're going to do some intuitive, we're going to do some marks. We're going to do some intuitive writing. I already did the ghosting because I told you I wanted to do some ghosting. I have not pulled out my embossing powders and my embossing powders forever. So we're going to do some embossing with stamps. So I'll pull out some stamps and we'll hit some places and do some embossing on here. We might also do some embossing with intuitive writing. So do some intuitive writing and then emboss the intuitive writing. I was thinking about that. And we'll do some gold leafing, which is right here. And that's it. And then the background will be done. And then I'll show you how I did the lettering over here. Let me just kind of tilt that. See how I did the block lettering? I learned that from Name, and like I said, I'll put her name below here. She shows you how to do this block lettering. You guys, it looks like it's hard. It's easy as sin the way she said how to do it. So I'll show you how I did that block lettering, and we'll write Magical Mermaids. We will collage our girl on here. Oh, I shouldn't be touching that. So, okay, so for now, that is it. Let me know. Are you guys going to give this ghosting a try? You guys think it's cool? Let me know below. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. If you can give this video a thumbs up, that'd be great. Any comments or questions, leave them below. Come visit me on Facebook and Instagram. And also, you guys, we have a group called Our Magical Little Place. Anything you do, if you do mixed media, whatever art you do, come and post on there and share with everyone. Everyone would love to see that. Come join the group. And also, if you can't leave a comment, please just leave a thumbs up. Okay, because that really lets other people get introduced to the channel. Okay, all right, that's it for now. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.